Hello class. Today I'd like to talk with you about finding the main idea in a text. Now last week Sam talked to you about finding the topic sentence, and there was some confusion about how a thesis statement and a topic sentence are different. And today it may get a little more confusing because you'll find that main ideas are also very similar to thesis statements or topic sentences. So go ahead and open your books to page 7, and you'll see down in the middle of the page it says the stated main idea. And the main idea is the most important idea the writer wants the reader to know. Okay? So the topic of a text is whatever it's about. Okay? That's what the topic of the text is. The main idea is what the reader or the writer wants you to know about the topic. And if you look at the bottom of page 7, I will read this part to you. Okay, so the stated main idea. The main idea of a paragraph or a longer passage of text is what the author wants the reader to know about the topic. Okay, so the topic is not the main idea. The main idea is what the author wants the reader to know about the topic. The title of a text or passage is often a clue to the topic, and thus to the main idea. The main idea can be stated or unstated. In most academic texts, the main idea is stated. In a longer passage of text, each paragraph has a main idea. A longer text also has a thesis statement. The thesis statement contains the topic or subject of the complete passage and is often a general statement which is supported by the main ideas and details in each paragraph of the text. Okay, so you have your thesis statement. The thesis statement includes the topic, and you may have also learned that it includes the controlling idea. So for example, if you are writing about sexism in business, that's your topic. Your main idea could be sexism in business has long been a problem. Then the essay would probably be a history, going through the timeline, okay, going through the chronology of sexism in business. Okay, so the thesis statement includes the topic and the main idea. And the thesis statement is basically the sentence that contains the main idea. So it's sort of like we did says-does analysis on your essay from the first day of class. Remember, we did says-does analysis. So basically, the thesis statement is what the author says. Okay, and what the thesis statement does is it gives the main idea. Okay, so think about electricity. Okay, so or this wire, or this tangled ugly wire. Okay, so the wire is kind of like the thesis statement. It carries the information. Okay, but the main idea is like the actual sound, what I'm listening to, what I'm hearing. The wire, that thing, carries the sound to my ears, just like the thesis statement. The thesis statement carries the main idea, okay? And then every paragraph also has a main idea. In a paragraph, the sentence which contains the topic and the main idea is called a topic sentence. The topic sentence is often the first paragraph in the paragraph, the first sentence in the paragraph, but it can also be in the middle or at the end of a paragraph. Okay, so now I'm going to switch back to where you can see the screen, and we'll do a little bit of practice. Okay, so this is from a magazine called The Sun. It's a magazine that I really like. It has a lot of stories, personal stories, and it doesn't have any advertisements, which is nice. And in every issue, they have a feature called Reader's Right, where they give 1 or 2 words to inspire people, and then people write texts to send to the magazine, and they publish some of them. Okay? So I want you to pause the video and read this text. Restart the video when you finish. Okay, so did you find the main idea of this text? What is the topic of the text? The topic of the text is freshman composition? No. Okay? The person taught freshman composition at a university, then started teaching in a prison system. Okay, so the topic is not freshman composition. I would say the topic is teaching in the Indiana prison system. Okay, and the writer kind of compares and contrasts teaching freshmen to teaching prisoners and describes how the experience affected him. So I would say that here we have a stated main idea, or at least we have a few sentences that could possibly be the stated main idea. Okay? I think maybe this sentence, the very last sentence, could be the stated main idea. My years of teaching in prison weren't trouble-free, but they rejuvenated or made me feel fresh. They rejuvenated me and made me not only a better teacher, but a better person. Okay? So I think that's a good main idea because the article focuses on how the experience changed the writer. You could also say that this is the stated main idea. Now, when you're reading a text and there are many sentences that could possibly be the main idea, that might mean that it's an implied main idea. It could be that this is the main idea or topic sentence for this paragraph. This could be the main idea or topic sentence for this paragraph. Okay? This could be the main idea or topic sentence for this paragraph. Okay? And all of these kind of connect. So it could be that we would want to write our own main idea sentence for this essay, this short essay. Okay? So we want to bring together the fact that the professor taught at a large Midwestern university and then taught in the prison system, and it was a good experience. Okay? So maybe we could say that the main idea of this article is that the writer left a job teaching freshman composition at a large Midwestern university in order to teach composition to prisoners in the Indiana prison system, where he learned about inequality in the country. Okay, that's a kind of rough main idea. Let's try writing one out. I always like to write things. Okay, so I'll try to make it so that you can see me and the text. Okay, so let's see. After teaching for many years, maybe after teaching freshman composition for many years, the writer began we could say the writer nervously, right, because the writer was not sure if this was a good decision, nervously began teaching writing to prisoners in Indiana who were generally excellent students and who taught him a lot. Okay, so there we're sort of bringing together all of the different paragraphs into one main idea statement. It's a little bit long, okay? Sometimes people say that a main idea statement should be 10 words or less, all right? So what I'd like you to do is, in your notebook or in your textbook somewhere, take this main idea statement and try to make it shorter. Try to make it 10 words or fewer. Okay, you can pause the video to work on that. Okay, now let's look at another example, and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger if I can. I can't. Okay, so this is also from The Sun. When we stopped at the yard sale, Dad told us to stay in the car. My little sister Bree ignored him and hopped out, picking up a stuffed panda bear for sale. It was dirty, torn, and missing an eye, but she clung to that bear until Dad paid $2.50 for it. Then she skipped back to the car and buckled a seatbelt around this ugly stuffed animal. She named it Mr. Pickles. Despite his shabby appearance, Mr. Pickles always had a spot at our dinner table and came along on all of our family vacations. I asked Bree one day why she liked that bear so much. She said that when she'd seen him lying on the table at that yard sale, he'd called to her for help, saying he was cold and alone and needed to be held. So she'd picked him up and held him. 20 years later, he's waiting to be handed down to my new niece or nephew. In fact, Mr. Pickles is with Bree in the labor and delivery room right now. All right, so there we have another story. Do you think that there is a stated main idea in this text? I don't. Okay, I don't think that there is a stated main idea in this text. We get information about how Bree got the bear. We have information about the importance of Bree, and then we have information about the role of Bree in her life now. Those are three very different things, and there's no statement that brings all of them together. So let's try to write a main idea statement using as few words as possible. Okay, so the topic sentence is Mr. Pickles. Okay, and we may also call him a shabby stuffed bear. Okay? And I think that it might be better to call it a shabby stuffed bear because then somebody who hasn't read the text could understand it. If we say Mr. Pickles and somebody tries to read our main idea statement, they won't know what we're talking about. They might think we're talking about a person or a cat or dog. They won't know. Okay? So a shabby stuffed bear. Okay. So Bree has cherished. Do you know cherished? It means like loved and held on to. Okay, so Bree has cherished a shabby stuffed bear for 20 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's a main idea statement. We have the character, the main character. We have the topic. And the most important thing here is that she loves the bear. She cherishes the bear. And it's been a long time. Okay, so that's a really short, really succinct, S-U-C-C-I-N-T, succinct main idea statement. Okay, so now you can practice main idea on pages 8 and 9. Okay, you're going to be underlining, or sorry, just page 8, I'm sorry. You will be underlining the main idea in each text. Okay? A little bit of information about your transitions assignment. Let me go. I will open Google Drive for us. Okay, so last week in class we made this list of types of transitions, right? And on another day we made a table of transitions. Your great essayist assignment for this week is to highlight 15 transitions in one of your great essayists' essays. It can be the same one you outlined or a different one if you want to read something new. And I want you to highlight, okay, physically highlight 15 transitions, not and, or, so, but, or yet. Not those, okay? Highlight the more advanced, complicated transitions, because you're level E2, you know this. And then make a table like this. Type it, print it, and bring it to class on Friday. Okay? That's your great essayist assignment for this week.